Hey guys, so this is the TOZO T10 Truly Wireless Earbuds. Now I'm going to talk about what makes these $25 Truly Wireless Earbuds such a win, such a bestseller, and also a few things that they can definitely improve upon in their next iteration. So with that said, let's begin with the unboxing. Now as you've come to see from all TOZO products, they come in their usual packaging, nothing too fancy. Inside the box you get some paperwork, you get 6 pairs of different size silicone ear tips, the USB-C to USB-A charging cable, a lanyard strap for the charging case, and of course the TOZO T10 Truly Wireless Earbuds in their charging case. Now as for the specs and features of the TOZO T10, well, despite its low price point, it is feature rich. So this rocks Bluetooth version 5.3, is IPX8 water resistant, so literally waterproof. Now as for the battery capacity, so the charging case has a battery capacity of 600 mAh, while the earbuds have 55 mAh each. Now according to TOZO, it's got a runtime of 10 hours on a single charge, talking about the earbuds themselves, and altogether with the charging case, it's got a total playtime of 45 hours. Now obviously, it's not going to give you 10 hours on a single charge at 100% volume, so I think they're talking about around 50 to 60% volume. That is where you can get close to that 10-hour mark. Now something that I've come to love about TOZO products is that their Truly Wireless earbud cases support wireless charging. So yes, you can place this on any cheap wireless charger and it's going to charge just fine, and not just that, it also supports faster wireless charging. Now obviously the earbuds have inbuilt microphones for you to take your calls on, and the call quality of which was A-OK. And of course on the surface of the earbuds you have touch sensitive controls. So yes, you can play pause tracks, skip tracks, change the volume, summon your voice assistant, and even answer or end calls. So you don't really have to take out your phone from your pocket to use all the functions of the earbuds, which is really neat. And not just that, it also comes with the TOZO Companion app, which is one of the most polished apps that I've used, and that lets you customize the EQs. You can choose from various preset EQs, or you can tweak the equalizer if you know how to go about it, and set your own sound signature, which I think is really neat. Not just that, it also gets firmware updates regularly, so you can keep your earbuds up to date at all times. Now as for the build quality, so yes, it is made of plastic, but even for $25, the TOZO T10 feels anything but cheap. They've got no jagged edges, no sharp corners anywhere, very smooth to the touch, and even though they are plastic, they're not uncomfortable in the ear. They have got a snug fit, and with the right size silicone ear tip, you're going to get a pretty decent passive noise isolation as well. But this is where I have my first complaint, which is that the charging case, while having LED indicators inside to let you know when it's charging, it doesn't have any LED indicator on the outside. So if the lid is closed, which is usually how normal people charge their earbuds, you have no idea of knowing whether it's charging or it's fully charged. You have to open the case to check if the LEDs are full or not, which I think is definitely a design flaw. There should have been LEDs on the outside instead of the inside. So that is definitely one drawback. Alright, so with all that said, let's get into the main criteria, which is the audio quality. So you guys know whenever I judge any audio product, I judge them based on how they produce the 3 main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs are the treble, where the really sharp sounding instruments are, the mids where the vocals are, and the low end or the bass response. Starting off with the higher frequencies. So the higher frequencies, I would say for the most part, are in the sweet spot. So they're not over sharpened. There is no excess detail added, which makes it sound really shouty and makes it sound very sibilant. So it is pleasant for the most part, and there is no ear fatigue even for long listening sessions. So the highs have enough detail and sharpness to sound natural. Although my only gripe would be that I would have wanted a bit more richness and a little bit more separation from the vocals. Now again, this is me being really harsh and getting into the nitty-gritty, but for any average listener, the high frequencies or the treble response is pretty sweet. Again, keep in mind these are just $25. So for that price point, they do a very good job. Okay, now getting into the mid frequencies where the vocals are. Now, for the most part, I would say that the TOZO T10 does a decent job in rendering the vocals. However, what I found was that the vocals could have used 2 things. One, it could have used a bit more separation from the low end and the highs, especially the low end, because at times the bass response creeps into the mid frequencies and interferes with the vocals, making it sound a little muffled and lack of separation, which is not always the best audio experience. And the second thing is the vocals sound a bit recessed. Now, I don't want vocals to sound hollow, where they're artificially brightened, brought forward, and where there is no depth. That is not what I want. But in this case, sometimes vocals sound a bit too recessed, as if they're playing a bit too safe. Now, it still has detail, it still has warmth, but because of the lack of separation from the low end and a bit of that recessed effect that they've going on here, that is the only thing that I complain about. So vocals, not bad, but they could have definitely done better. And finally, we get to the low end or the bass response. Now, the TOZO T10 definitely packs a punch when it comes to the bass response. So the mid bass slam is pretty heavy and it's really thumpy. So you're going to enjoy the bass response. Again, a little bit of negative in the bass response is that while it is mid bass heavy and it's got a good slam as well, the DK, it's not the richest and it's not the smoothest. So a little refinement there would have been better. Again, $25. Anything I ask for this is too much because it's already giving me so much in terms of the features and the overall sound quality. But if I have to delve into the nitty gritty, as I say, that is where I felt that the bass response could have been a bit more clean while it starts to decay, and a little separation from mid frequencies would have been very, very good. But if you just ask me, how is the bass response? It is stumpy and it gives you a very nice slam. So in summary, the sound response or the sound signature of the TOZO T10 is pretty impressive. The highs, which are very clean, very audible without sounding shouty or tinny. The vocals do a good job for the most part, but a little natural brightness and separation from the low end would have made it perfect. But again, for $25, these are a great pair, and now I can understand why these are such a bestseller from TOZO. So the price to performance ratio, feature ratio is just phenomenal. So definitely something you should check out if you're in the market looking for a pair of truly wireless earbuds with the latest and greatest features. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the TOZO T10 truly wireless earbuds. Something I definitely recommend, and it is a definite win in my book. So it's got my seal of buy with confidence. So definitely check it out, and I'll leave a link of this product in the description below, and I would really appreciate if you use that link to make your purchase so that you can help me run this channel and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with someone who is on the lookout for a pair of truly wireless earbuds. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.